Hey guys, this is Eckhartsladder. Hello and welcome to another video. And we've got something very exciting today on EcksToo, and really some of the content that you guys seem to enjoy the most, and that's an examination of another incredible Star Wars fan film. And I realize at this point I'm starting to sound like a bit of a broken record, but these fan films keep getting more numerous and more impressive, especially these space battles and whatnot that are popping up more and more frequently. I love to see it, especially because today we're covering some work from friend of the channel Ryan Fletcher, who runs Skyforge Films. Ryan's not only a friend of the channel because we've covered some of his work in the past, but also because he helped me out when it came to finding assets and talking to other artists when we were putting together our trailer for Twin Suns tournament. So he was really an invaluable help to me there, and he's just a really nice guy. So of course, go support his channel, links to everything down below. While you're there, make sure you check out not only this video, but the variety of content on Skyforge's channel, including the other episodes or the other entries in this quasi series, and I want to talk about that a bit more at the end of the video. Let's get on to the main show today, which is his new video, Escape From Andal V. Alright guys, so I've got the fan film pulled up now. We're going to go through it and analyze it and talk about it in detail and really just kind of appreciate it in detail. But before I do, a couple of things I want to point out. First of all, 7,000 likes for 45,000 views with only 13 dislikes is incredibly impressive and really helps kind of point out just how high quality all of this work is and why you guys should go check it out yourselves. Also, 40.5 thousand subscribers. We got to get those numbers up. Skyforge is, I think, probably one of the newer players in the game, at least compared with like an EC Henry. But I mean, it's really cool to see, and I'm speaking of EC Henry with a top comment down there, and we'll talk about that. But it's really cool to see how his channel's been developing and how quickly, like, he's been improving not only his work, but also his YouTube presence with really cool uploads like this. With that being said, I think we should go right into the video, and I will be stopping quite a bit. Also, don't just watch this. The volume is not going to be very loud. I'm gonna try to put something annoying in the middle of the screen so you can't see everything perfectly. You've got to go watch the video on his channel. He made it. He deserves the views, not me. All right, let's give it a play. Got, of course, the beautiful Skyforge logo, and it goes into a kind of standard intro for a Star Wars movie or fan film, which I appreciate. Heroic fighters make a daring escape from the ice moon of Andal V. So more like a kind of a solo style intro, really. All right, I'm going to stop you right there, Escape from Andal V. First of all, just look at the... I want you to check one of his prior videos and also check this one and see how far he's improved in terms of lighting. This is very impressive. I mean, especially the capital ship back here, which is the Cantwell class destroyer. It looks straight out of something from Rogue One, and that's just sort of speaks not only to how far these 3D programs have like evolved and how accessible they are, but just also how Ryan's skill has evolved as well. Especially like the command cruiser here, the Animatons, looks straight out of, say, the Mandalorian. One cool thing that I want to highlight too is the use of EC Henry models, with permission, of course. This, I'm pretty sure this one is the CR-110, which is a heavier version of the CR-90, or just a heavier version of a Corellian Corvette. This is a fan design by EC Henry, but is based off of a silhouette of a ship that you can in fact see in episode 6. It's a part of his Lost Ship series, which I highly recommend. So it's obviously a bit beefier than a CR-90, hence the higher number designation in the name. This is the Cantwell class destroyer back here. I'll play it a little bit, maybe we can get a better shot. This is based off original Star Destroyer concept art by Colin Cantwell, and it's just really cool. It's a phenomenal design by EC Henry. He modernizes aspects of it to bring it more in line with kind of mixing the concept art with the modern Star Destroyer standard. So I'll link to those videos down below as well. But the cool thing about this community is that they willingly share all of these assets between each other, even though, you know, some communities would see the other animators as competition. You know, generally from what I've seen in this space, everyone's happy to share assets and to share, you know, information, and everyone's learning and just improving together. And that's really nice to see. And I've been a very small part of the community, not as somebody who makes content, but as somebody who has had content commissioned, and I've seen just how eager people are to work with each other, and it's very cool. But another thing that's really improved in this compared to some of the, well, just that's really good generally, I don't even want to compare it to any older videos, is the movement of the capital ships and the fighters. It's kind of easy in long chases like this to have it look unnatural. But here, like the corvettes have a pace, and the starfighters have a pace, and even though they're at times speeding up or slowing down, it all looks very natural. I'm gonna let it play for a bit, but look at the interior detailing on this cockpit and everything too. But I mean, I know I said I was gonna let it play, but just look how awesome this looks. Like I can't get over the quality of fan work. It's really incredible. Also, look at the size of this Corvette's engine block. Look, the guns are even moving. It's like, it's just so much detail. Like, you can see the turreted laser cannon there slightly moving. Also, speaking of detail, it's just another, like, it really kind of highlights how far fan films are progressing and continue to progress with just the minutia that really adds to things. So, like, before everyone had these really high quality models and everyone had access to really powerful software, little details like this astromech's head moving would have probably just been left out. But look. And the one thing that this channel has always done really, really well is starfighter movement, especially weaving and in and out of structures and stuff. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. And yeah, we definitely get some of that here. The TIE fighters move like TIE fighters, and the A-wings are sort of much more nimble. The X-wings have that swooping Rogue One kind of movement style. And look at that. Like, that's just straight out of, like, straight out of A New Hope. Being chased, then the Wedge-like character comes down and saves your ass. And you take the fire off on the one of the shield generators. Lots of cool details here. Like, the Cantwell has these really cool turreted lasers. These, like, big, powerful lasers on their own little, like, structure. Super cool. Like a cantilever, I guess, almost. Yeah, I just love how, like, all the lasers have clear origin points. The turrets actually move and stuff. It's all awesome. And I also do like how, man, that TIE Interceptor model is so nice. I don't know if that's that might be a fractal sponge model. I'm not sure. It definitely has that sort of like blue look, but you can see we've got hints towards a greater narrative with the tracker being put on the ship. And you get the hero moment with the X-Wing and the A-Wings trying to escape. Beautiful. This right here is actually probably one of my favorite shots. I posted this on Twitter, but especially with the Architens, if you told me that was out of The Mandalorian, I would have believed it. Especially like this shot right here. If you ignore this ship because it's not in the Mandalorian, it looks straight like Moff Gideon's cruiser, which is a physical model, by the way. Gideon's cruiser. But yeah, shout out to Ryan Fletcher. I'm sure he gives credits to all of the models that he uses. Yeah, Howie Days. I know he voiced one of those commanders. So it wouldn't have been E.C. Henry's model because I don't see his name here. It might have been Angelos Cartarenis. I'm not sure. But incredibly impressive. Let's give it one more watch through, though, because I think it deserves that, and then you guys got to go watch it on your own at least 2 times now. I'll try to pause a little less for this one. Just try to enjoy it. But you should be enjoying it while giving him the views. Heroic fighters make a daring escape from the ice moon of Andal V. Also, Ryan, if you need an extra voice actor, you would literally make my day if I could do something. Yeah, I want you to watch... This time, watch the ship movements of, especially the X-Wing, I think is the one that he nails the most. The Rogue One. And he said Rogue One was a huge inspiration. I did talk to him before making this video, and I've got a few things. Like that scene right there. Oh, man. Something just really cool about a TIE fighter firing lasers at a Corvette's engines. Just the movement and the speed. And that was, like, I know I've said this before, but that sort of sense of movement was one thing that all of his animations have had. Classic Star Wars tracker sound. Nice little Rebel pilot there. And I'm sure this is not the end of the war here. But yeah, let's move on. I want to take a look just generally at his page and tell you guys about the brief interview. It wasn't really an interview. I just kind of talked to him very shortly before filming this video. Oh look, thanks YouTube for recommending my stuff. All right, so look at that. I'm in his featured channels. Thank you, Ryan. So I talked to Ryan and I just want to share bits of the interview. I told him that, well, I really liked the setup for the scene. I really noticed a lot of improvements, and he said that he had a breakthrough in the rendering and coloring side of things, and he started to put this one together, and it just visually I noticed that it was a huge upgrade, and that it was the colors and the lighting looked very similar to Rogue One. He says, "Thank you. That's always been the goal. I can't tell you how many times I've watched the Battle of Scarif." And I noticed that the Battle of Scarif is one thing that, like, a lot of these Star Wars animators have really kind of become attached to, and yeah, I can't blame it at all. I asked him about E.C. Henry's CR90, and he says, "Yep, that's the CR110. It'll hopefully feature in more videos in the future as a sort of hero ship." And by the way, speaking, I will click this. Speaking of collaboration between YouTubers, this is a render of the ship that he did for E.C. Henry's video. You can get a better look of the CR110 here. This was something that E.C. Henry actually featured in his video for the CR110, which is really cool. And you can see some of his other fan-made mystery ships that sort of appear in the Star Wars original trilogy. But this is really cool. E.C. Henry is just... We're very, very lucky to have him and people like Ryan in the community. But let's go back to his page. He wanted to also thank everybody as well for just the amount of positivity that he's gotten. It's just been unreal. And he wanted to thank the modelers and artists like E.C. Henry, Angelus Cardenas, and Howard Day for helping to bring everything to life. So yeah, some really incredible work here. The video that we covered before, impressive fan film, but I think you guys will see some of the improvements. Like, look at the lighting on something like that A-Wing there. Turn it down a little bit. Like, you can just see the lighting on the ship's movement. I forgot he used the Cantwell class in that one as well. But like, this was very good. This one that we covered today was next level. But yeah, I recommend you guys go to Skyforge's channel, check out everything they've done. Every single video they've ever made is worth watching, and I can't recommend them enough. But guys, that's all for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at an excellent member of the Star Wars community. Another really cool effort. Hopefully you guys will check it out. And make sure you subscribe, because if you were interested in this, there was also a little hint that came out a week ago. He's done some really cool sort of Rogue Squadron style briefings on some of the ships. Oh, that is one thing I meant to mention as well. This is a part of a sort of continual narrative. If you noticed, all of these animations have been called a Star Wars Remnant Fan Film. So there's a greater story being told here, and we saw that with the tracker. And as he said, this ship that I just clicked on, this is a bomber. The idea is it's a Y-wing without its kind of interior all exposed with its armor off. If you hear, it's Rogue Squadron N64 style. It's very cool. Check that out. I'm not going to take any more of you guys' time. Until next time, be safe, have a good one, and may the Force be with you.